After the recent speech by Fed Chair Jerome Powell, it seems the number one priority for the Fed is still getting inflation under control. Unfortunately, this does mean continued headwinds for stocks and crypto, and many believe another big leg down is coming. However, not Cathie Wood. Recently, Cathie Wood and the team at Ark Invest gave their monthly market update, and they made some pretty big claims. And so in this video, we're going to take a look at the key takeaways, and this includes Cathie's 1-minute market overview of where we're at right now. Then crypto's currently battling it out around 3 key levels of support, which we'll take a look at. And then we'll finish up with all eyes on the merge. One of the biggest events in crypto is coming, and something very strange is going on in the futures and options market. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, always appreciated. Okay, first up, with the global economy in a mess, inflation running rampant, markets crashing. However, Cathie Wood believes we are close to the bottom. So let's begin with her 1-minute market overview.
Well, we had a little reprieve from mid-June to mid-August in terms of the equity markets, at least, and now we're having a test of that rally. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We do think we're in a bottoming process. I know it's frustrating, and I've been in many of these markets. These are bear markets. Anything down more than 20% is a bear market. And at the turning points, it just seems so frustrating. But stick with me as I'm going through the usual drill here, and I want to give you a sense of why we think we're bottoming, and what the tug of war is out there, and how the evidence is piling up that we are probably moving into a deflationary environment.
So, some big claims coming from Cathie Wood. First up, she believes that we're already finding a bottom, so no major crashes to come. And although inflation is at multi-year highs all around the world, she's calling for going into a deflationary environment. Okay, next up, there is a major battle going on in the crypto market around 3 key levels of support. And then from on-chain analysis, there's something very interesting going on with the long-term holders. And so first up, and a chart that a lot of people are looking at, and it's the 200-week moving average, which also shows the 4-year cycle. And historically, the 200-week moving average, this line in green, has been an excellent time to accumulate. And what is the figure that it's sitting at right now? It's $22,680. So Bitcoin has now fallen below this key level of support. And in general, if you're dollar cost averaging or lump sum investing below this amount, then in a couple of years from now, you'll likely have done very, very well. And that's based on past performance. So that's key level number 1. Key level number 2. And this is the investor cost basis. And this is the figure that the average Bitcoin investor got in at. And it's slightly lower, sitting at 19,400. And again, looking at the past, this would have been an excellent time to accumulate. And unlike the 200-week moving average, this actually doesn't get breached as many times. This was the COVID crash here. So I'd say this was more of an anomaly. So we only have 1 and 2 times since 2014. So again, if you're dollar cost averaging below this amount, I think you're going to do very, very well. But that's just my opinion. So that's key level number 2, and then key level number 3. Again, here we have Bitcoin's price, and it highlights this crazy blow off year in 2021, the crazy crash in 2022. But the price that we're looking at is this one here, and it's the previous all-time high of the last bull market cycle. And this was 19,895. So you can see there's not 1, not 2, but 3 key levels of support that crypto is battling around right now. So the coming weeks and months are going to be very, very interesting. And then as promised, I said there's something very interesting going on with the long-term holders. And the long-term holder, this would be classed as anyone holding onto their Bitcoin for over 5 months, which in reality is really a short time, but this is how Ark Invest has calculated it. Now, one thing to point out here is that we really want to watch the behavior of the long-term holders because they appear to be doing exactly the right thing. So let's pick this up from here. So in blue, we have Bitcoin's price. So this is when the price is soaring, price is crashing, price is soaring, and then the long-term holders, as this price was soaring, they were selling and taking profits. Then as Bitcoin began crashing down, they begin accumulating and building up their stack. And in this crypto winter here, they were just building up, holding, building. And then as crypto prices began climbing and skyrocketing again, they began taking profits. And right at the peak, maximum selling, taking profits. And then as Bitcoin again began crashing down, the accumulation started again. So this is a really, really good pattern to emulate. Now, in the very, very last crash, this is quite a sideways movement here. And then interestingly, just as it did this final flush out, they actually sold as well. So this is a very interesting little finish here. But in general, this is how you want to play the market. As the price is skyrocketing, don't get too greedy and make sure you get some profits. But as the market is crashing, this is also an excellent time to accumulate. So crypto is battling it out around 3 major levels of support. Around 22k for the 200-week moving average, 19k being the market cost basis, and 20k being the last major bull market top. And as we saw, the long-term holders are the ones to watch, selling in major bull runs and accumulating in the major crashes. Okay, and to finish up with one of the biggest events happening in crypto's history in under a week, all eyes are on the merge. And this was the chart from Ark Invest, and it shows the trading range between Ethereum and Bitcoin pair. So this is Ethereum's price in Bitcoin instead of dollars. And this is the trading range that we're pointing out. So essentially, if it's going up, then Ethereum is gaining on Bitcoin's market share. If it's going down, then Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. And this is from January 2021. So as the crash was going on, Ethereum was dropping against Bitcoin, so Bitcoin was outperforming. However, as we're getting closer to the merge, Ethereum is now outperforming Bitcoin. So a lot of speculation going on. And they point out that historically, Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin during bull markets, but it will underperform Bitcoin in bear markets. However, this is breaking the trend because in the bear market, Ethereum is gaining ground. But a better chart to show this would be this one. So again, this is Ethereum priced in Bitcoin, and we're just looking at the last 3 months, but you can see to the build-up of the merge, Ethereum is really outpacing Bitcoin as speculation continues. So you can see the heat is really getting turned up. And then something very strange going on in the futures and options market. So in green, this is the ETH options market open interest. So essentially, how many people are taking out options contracts? and more recently this has 3x'd. So a lot of people speculating on the merge using leverage here. And then the futures contracts have now gone into backwardation. So futures are basically just contracts where two people will agree to buy and sell based on a future price. And essentially backwardation is just when the current price is higher than what it's trading at in the future. So betting that it's actually going to be going down. So the Ethereum merge causing some very interesting speculating trading habits in the futures and options market. So bringing all this together, Cathie remains optimistic that a reversal will soon be coming and that inflation will soon be turning into deflation. We have three major levels of support being tested: the 200-week moving average, the investor cost basis, and the previous all-time high. And Ethereum is making ground on Bitcoin as the merge approaches. But there's also 3 times as many option contracts being taken out, and the futures market is now in backwardation. So expect some big volatility over the coming weeks. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Now it's certainly a very uncertain time in the world of investing right now, but that's also when the best opportunities arise. And when the winter is over and the prices begin flying again, the smart money will have already accumulated, not investment advice. So all that's left to say is, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.